So now let's start with the Dahi baingan. This is brinjal. I have cut them into thick roundels, and to that I'm going to sprinkle salt. In this bowl I'm going to take half a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, a little amchur powder, that is just 2 or 3 pinches amchur powder. I'm going to put chili powder, 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon turmeric powder, half a teaspoon coriander powder, half a teaspoon cumin powder, and I'm also going to put about a tablespoon of chane ka atta, gram flour. I'm going to mix all these masalas. This is a dry, just because of the ginger garlic paste it's a little bit, and I'm going to just sprinkle over this and leave it for some time. This brinjal will get coated as the salt starts reacting with the salt keeps reacting with the water of the brinjal. This will start leaving some water, and after you keep it for about 20 minutes you will see that the mixture will start getting a little wet. So we just soak this mixture and keep it for 5 to 10 minutes. So let the water from the brinjal come out. And we will just keep this. We will proceed with them after 10 to 15 minutes. So you can see close up, you can see the masala, which was a dry powder, now has got little wet and it has coated the brinjal pieces. So now my pan is hot. To that I'm going to add mustard oil. Okay, mustard oil has to smoke a bit. So let the oil get hot. So the mustard oil has started smoking. To that I'm going to add, lower your flame, okay, and I'm going to add my brinjal pieces on medium flame. This is. The brinjals are nicely cooked. They have to cook well because this is the only cooking process that the brinjals will undergo. So they have to be fried very well on both the sides. I turned them once in between also, and this is, I think, the third time that I'm turning them. So you can see the brinjal is nice and golden. They are fried very well. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this and keep it aside. So now I've taken another pan. There was not much oil remaining. So I'm going to add a little oil more to it. And I'm going to add, once this oil, put it on high, let the oil smoke up. So the oil is hot. To that I have added 1 medium size onion, finely chopped. I'm going to give it a stir. Let the onions get a little translucent. So the onions are getting fried, and to that I'm going to add half a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of cumin seed, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, and I'm going to fry it. I'm going to sprinkle a little water, or you can say add about 1 tablespoon of water at a time, so that the masala gets cooked well. So, okay, let's put half a teaspoon at a time, so that the onions and the masala is fried well. You can go with 1 more teaspoon now. Let it be on slow and let it cook. Add a little salt. Add very little salt because we have already added it to the brinjal. So we can always taste it later and check. Now there's one handy tip that I would like to share. I think most of you will know it, but those who don't, if you put too much salt in your food, what are you going to do? Drop in a potato, let it boil, or if you have wheat atta dough, chapati dough, drop in a lump of the dough, which you can remove it out later. That will also absorb the salt. Your potato will also absorb the salt, or you can add even tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. But in case your gravy doesn't need tomatoes, then you cannot add tomatoes. So the best thing is to drop in a potato or little bit of dough. So it will absorb the salt and your curry will get the right consistence of salt. So I'm going to add in 1 more tablespoon, 1 teaspoon and 1 teaspoon. So 2 teaspoons, 1 tablespoon of water. And I'm going to again I'm going to close it and let it cook. So it will cook for some more time. So let's open this. You can see the water, the oil is also floating on top. I will still let it cook for another minute. So the onion has to cook well. So I will again close it and let it cook for another minute. So I did stir it once in between and again. Now I'm going to add in these pieces of brinjal along with all the masala and the oil from the pan. And I'm just going to coat this brinjal pieces with this masala. The brinjal is cooked well. We are not going to cook the brinjal now. This brinjal is already being fried well. So this is just to incorporate all the flavors together. We are mixing this brinjal in this onion mixture. And again we are going to close this. Sorry. We're going to close this and let it stay here for 1 minute so that it incorporates all the masala. Okay, so while the brinjal is getting a little bit, flavored with the onion and onion masala mixture, let us start the next step. Here I have curd which I have whipped. It's about, I think, 300 to 400 grams. So I'm going to put it in this bowl. A little bit of curd at the bottom. Okay. Wait, I will just lower this camera. So you can see the brinjal and the onions also is nicely mixed, and the flavor is the aroma is very tempting. So now I'm going to add these pieces of brinjal into this curd, some pieces of it, and keep layering it along with the masala. So you can see I have put some. Then again I will toss it with a little curd, and again I will keep layering it like this. Keep adding all the masala also as you go on. And then again toss it, cover it with curd. In the same pan, I'm going to add a little mustard oil, a little bit. Okay, you cannot see where I put it. Okay, fine. See, just a little bit of mustard oil. Let it smoke up. Curry leaves. A little jeera powder and a little chili powder. I'm just going to let it, yeah, that's enough. And I'm just going to pour this tadka over the curd mixture. And your Dhai baingan, which is super tasty, please try it out, is ready.